This is going to be Dire Mall Capital Gardens as a protection paladin. So this was kind of an interesting run in a few ways. As soon as I come in, I get somebody wanting to talk. This was probably the chattiest group I've been a part of during this time that I've been playing this game. So you'll probably see me type way more messages here than you do at any other time. Very sociable people here. And also this place is real interesting to route. It's kind of weird. One of the weirder of the Dire Mall wings. I was glad I had gone and practiced this solo just so I knew exactly what was going on. There's a bunch of mechanics that are not, like, super obvious here. One of the things I learned later in another run of this is you can totally just kill that Chandrilar Watcher there, the quest giver. He's attackable, and then you won't get quest from him. Okay, so one thing to know here is those Ironbark Protectors, they need to be killed before I go fight Tendrous Warpwood, because he will summon every Ironbark Protector that's still alive to come to his aid during the combat. It's a trap that I see a lot of people who run this dungeon fall into. Like, they'll go, you know, avoid everything they can, as they have a habit of doing, then suddenly halfway through Tendrous Warpwood, a swarm of like 10 Ironbark Protectors come in and just murder everybody. And the other thing that's going on is that there are these shield generators here. I had sort of vaguely been aware of this when I wasn't leading the dungeon, but needed to know exactly how it worked, and I was. You got a route to all these arcane aberrations that are clustered around these crystals, and get rid of all of them before the prison of Akuthar opens up. So there's kind of a bunch going on here. I want to grab him at some point. That mage is standing a little close. Yep, I was watching to see when that would happen. I was ready. But the closer to dead those tree ants could be before I do that, the less combat pressure there needs to be. Alright, well, we're here. Might as well take down the first shield generation. 15-second rooted, man, that's a bunch. Use my Hand of Freedom just in case. By the way, Holy Priest, Arcane Mage, some kind of warrior, and some kind of shaman. Yeah, so Darkmoon Fair, there is... You can go there and ride some rides and get a boost to your player experience and reputation for an hour. You can also get top hat items that do the same thing without having to actually visit the fairgrounds. Anyway, yeah, so Tendrous Warpwood's down there in that pit. Gotta go this way first. Or after, I guess, but it's a lot more convenient to do it first. There's a semi-optional dude over here. I think you need him for a quest, though... Let's see, will this be... What's his name? Magister Calendris? Is that the same dude, or is it Prince Turth? No, that's the other optional one. This place is a little confusing. It is a lot of fun to run through it when I actually know the route, though. Because it's all well and good to follow behind somebody who knows the route, but it feels way better when I actually understand why we're going to each location in it. So yeah, up that ramp to my right is, Oh hey, I found somebody rare. Susie, okay. I don't think she's always there. So Silver Dragon around her nameplate thing. I guess when I'm incapacitated, everybody stops paying attention to me. Anyway, yeah, so sort of rare mini-boss here. Right, so up that ramp that I'm kind of looking at now, are 2 more shield generators and some kind of complicated quest stuff, and another kind of nasty boss. First this stuff, though. Right, silencing Avenger's shield brings me to, brings that thing to me. I hear Prayer of Mending bouncing around. That's a Holy Priest thing. And now I'm tiny. Shrink, strength reduced, and something else. Yeah, Magister Calandris over there. Okay, so he's listed as a non-bonus boss. I think you can skip him, though, if you're not on... Yeah, but we do have a quest to fight him. Okay, got it. So, like, if you're here with an entire group who is not... Oh yeah, he mind controls, by the way. I'm not sure if there's anything meaningful to do about that mind control. I used my Hammer of Justice to, just to stop him from doing anything while he was controlled. But I can only do that every so often. So now Shaman's controlled. I don't want to kill the mind-controlled party member. See, like, this game has, like, a lot of different mind controls that all work different ways. His just expires after a little while. Baroness Anastari in Stratholm's service entrance. You have to damage the affected party member to 50%, then it'll eventually break. However, if you kill them too fast, you can just straight up kill them. And, you know, take them all the way to the zero before it'll break. So you have to know to stop at 50%, and a lot of people don't. So I kind of expect, when I come in there with a random group full of people who, you know, might not be super familiar with the mechanic, I just expect I'm gonna die when that happens. And then in Sunken Temple, there's yet another different sort of mind control on... I don't remember his name, but one of the troll bosses in there, where you just have to ignore the person. They get turned into a big brute and chase after everybody. And again, you can kill them. You don't want to because their mind control will break eventually. But in this one, you just sort of want to ignore and or stun. Somebody's put a blue icon on me to keep track of me better, I guess. Can be useful if you get too separated, because you can see that thing through walls and stuff. So yeah, up the ramp. You can go, you know, take a 90-degree left instead of a 180-degree left there if you want to. You can go either way. You'll end up going all the way around either way you do it. Somebody wants a thing I just picked up. However, trading in this game is weird. You may only trade conjured items to players something something. Like, you can't go across server boundaries, except in some cases when you can. I don't know, it's really strange. So I tried. Didn't work. I actually have all incoming trades blocked on all my characters just because, I don't know, people will open a trade window with you when you're just like standing around in town and it's annoying. If there's ever a situation, which there never has been, when I specifically do want to trade with someone, then I can just take a moment to unblock it. I'd also sometimes just get like random guild invites without anybody saying anything at first. There's also an option to block those, fortunately, so I have both of those disabled. Just to get rid of the annoyances, because people will try to do things to you without talking first. Once, many years ago, just out of curiosity, I was leveling a new character. This would have been back in like Wrath of the Lich King era. And I got one of those random guild invites from just like, you know, some guild with no barrier to entry who will just pick up anybody off the street who would accept their invite. And I decided to accept it just to sort of see, like, what that experience would be like. I ended up leaving that guild, like, an hour later just because it was... I mean, it's exactly what you would expect if you just invite literally anybody with no vetting at all. You know, you want to have some idea of who you're trying to get into your group of players. At least I would think so. I don't know, just like widely varying knowledge and skill level and, you know, ways of behaving. I don't know, just a big messy group of people who... We're still in combat with something. Okay, they took care of it, I guess. Anyway, yeah, was not a place I wanted to be. And then some of the people in the guild were like, "Hey, why did you leave? Want to explain what's going on here?" I didn't tell them anything. Just because it was a ridiculous situation. Oh boy, yeah, so Ileana Ravenoak. Kinda real scary. I'm gonna die here. How am I not dead? Why did I survive? I should be dead several times over now. Let's see, did I lay on hands or what? Do I have lay on hands at this point? I went from 0 to full somehow. Light of the Protector wouldn't have done that, so I must have, something. Your fault, you say. No, no. Ileana Ravenoak actually just hits this hard. Oh, did I use... So my number 9 is on cooldown. That's... That ability changes into something else at some point, so it's not Ardent Defender yet. When it becomes Ardent Defender, it reduces my damage taken by 20% for 6 seconds, and any blow that would kill me doesn't kill me while it was active? But that's a property that only happens when it changes from whatever it is into the new thing. Because right now it's just like a second Shield of the Righteous. Ah, okay, so this is usually a Discipline Priest. Yeah, Holio's not my thing. Discipline is super great. This was before I was playing my current Discipline Priest, though. Trying to find a moment in combat when I can type out a whole message. So don't we need to take out another shield generator? Everybody's getting levitate here, and they're making to jump off of that thing. Okay, so you do it that way. Got it. Alright, I guess we're jumping. I don't think this is a good idea. I would probably just, if I were doing this again, go ahead and walk around and not take the suggestion to jump off. I mean, it's a shortcut, technically. We haven't killed enough Ironbark Protectors. We're gonna get a bunch of those. Didn't we only kill 2? Alright, well, we're gonna see what that's like. Yeah, here they come. I only see 1 so far, but I'm expecting like 5 more to show up at least. Also, I think Tendrous Warp would not only roots you, but teleports you right next to him and roots you, so you can't get away from him. Okay, so here's number 2. This doesn't look impossible yet, but if like 1 or 2 of them, more of them show up, it probably will be. Somebody got an extra ghosty or something. Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, a combination of 2 things. We jumped off, and somebody had gotten some attention during that. So we had extra dudes coming in, and also we need to kill more protectors first. Ideally all of them. I'm not sure how many there are, though. Yeah, so at this point I wasn't 100% sure about that mechanic. And it is definitely a thing. Not a big deal. I mean, this guy's right by the entrance. Then some people in this game I see just get bent all out of shape if they ever die at all. It's like they see it as a personal failure and just the worst disaster that could possibly ever happen to them. I don't understand that. It's just a very minor inconvenience. Alright, so this warrior claims... No, he doesn't call them. Alright, let's go test it. Yeah, a lot of the time, like, if I'm in a dungeon, usually it's in one of these dungeons where, like, everybody is silent and not saying a single word, you know. If we have a party wipe, it's uncommon that no one will leave. Usually at least one person will just drop the party. This is if, oh, somebody died once, therefore this is a disaster, we can't possibly get this dungeon done. Gonna just abandon it and queue up again until we have somebody who can play absolutely perfectly, and I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. Death is a minor inconvenience. Something to be learned from. Part of the fun. Just don't worry about it. So yeah, Ironbark Protector clearly comes from over there. So Celio gets to see. Yes. Yes, he does. Yeah, okay, so there was one of those teleports. So he roots you and, like, teleports at the same time, so you're right next to him. But apparently not if you're far enough away, because I was seeing some party members avoid that. There's a spectral horse galloping around in there for some reason. Anyway, there was only one live, so that was manageable. So I guess there are 4 total? Because we killed 2 on the way in. No, wait, 3, so there are 5 total? 4 or 5, okay. It would be good to have an exact count so you know how many to kill before you go fight him. I should check on that. But I think it is 4 or 5. Right, 3 out of 5 shield generators deactivated. It does tell you the goal right there, but you know, you have to pay attention to that and know what that means. There are 2 more right in here. That monster is uncooperative and is not coming to where my consecration is. Avenger's shield fixes that, though. Lightning cloud, move out of that. I'm standing right in it. Okay, it was fine. Hard to remember which ones of these are a big deal and which are not. This warrior is disguised as some sort of gnome pirate now, apparently. Huh, those don't all pull together. Alright, 4 shield generators down. 1 on the left, 1 on the right. You can go all the way around that thing, like just keep going in that same direction. And I have seen people do it, but it's quicker to turn around and go back the other way. Could theoretically have tried to dodge this group and just go around, but I learned my lesson from Warpwood Quarter. Or is this Warpwood Quarter? Capital Gardens. Uh-oh, which is which? I always mix those 2 up. Whichever one is not Gordok Commons and is not this one. That one room with, yeah, that must be Warpwood Quarter. Yeah, so this is Capital Gardens. Right. Yeah, learned my lesson from there. Don't be skipping things that the rest of the party is likely to get too close to. It's just a lot safer and ultimately quicker to kill them on your way. So after this... Yeah, Imilthar's shield is down. Once again, we release a demon from its imprisonment, just so we can go and kill it. It happens a lot. Am I paying attention to my chat? Yes. Oh, but... Whoops. Cilio didn't see me stopping, and just went right ahead. So she doesn't want to be arcane now. Whoa, what was that? Oh. That's an ability he has. I need to taunt right now. There we go. Okay, I wasn't ready for that one. Okay, so that's a thing he does. Teleports me up in the air and focuses on someone else. Good to know. It's very bright here. Half my screen is just pure white right now. Alright, so, yeah, routing in here, kind of confusing. I forget about a thing, and I go ahead and just teleport out, because I think, okay, that was Imilthar. That's the end of the dungeon. Great. We can just go and turn in quests. Cool group, cool people. It was a pleasure playing with them. But then they remind me. There's more to do here. Whoops. And I'm all the way back here at the entrance. That's fine though. I'll turn these in since I'm here and then go back and catch up with them. Alright, 1 minute later I'm back. Prison of Imilthar is just to my left. So yeah, hallway in the northeast, off of that room. Yeah, so Imilthar is the official last boss of this place. You know, you'll get the dungeon complete notification from killing him, but there's more to do. In here, down under this ramp, this one dude over here, Prince Strathelrin. He does something annoying. It's like a really long silence or something. Like 15 seconds, I think. I probably won't see it as the tank. Just hope my priest is sticking pretty far away from him. Looks like he is. There's silence sound. Yeah, so who got it? Did anybody? Not in a way that's obvious to me. But I think that was his silence going off. Maybe it went on the warrior. That wouldn't cause any problems. Big knockback. Not a big deal because there's nothing else in here that's going to be hostile. So that's fine. Alright, so now, yeah, see that little stone chest right in front of me? That thing. It's not currently open. Gotta do this whole song and dance to get that to open, but that is where the dungeon actually ends, if you're doing all the quests. Yeah, so now you teleport out. Turn the quests in if you haven't already. I have already. So you go back up the ramp to the right of Tendrous Warpwood. All this just bizarre routing in here. This is like the weirdest routing of any classic dungeon, I'd say. At least not thinking of any others off the top of my head, which are more bizarre than this. So yeah, quest turn-in point, way up on that bridge up above. Yep, gotta do this whole walk again for some reason. So yeah, whole group full of talky, friendly people. It was real nice. Don't think Corsac said anything during this whole thing. Not that I noticed. That's fine though, you don't have to. It's nice to have one of these every once in a while. As much as I enjoy my silence, you know. Actually talking to the people that I'm doing an activity with can be pretty good too.
What brings you here?
For some reason, a bunch of ghosts appear around here, around you when I talk to you. Are those all the ones who ran in and died to Imulthar? They're dressed the same. This thing on my right, that little guardrail thing, has like a hitbox that's way above it. If you jump down just slightly to the right of where I did, you can land on this like invisible wall that's way above that thing and just walk down it. It's sloped the same way as the thing below it. I managed to just miss it though. It looks real goofy when you do it. Warriors using those things for speed boosts. All I have is my divine steed. Which, as speed boosts go, is not super great. There's a talent I can take to get a second charge on it at some point. I'm not sure if I end up taking that. But yeah, paladins don't have that much mobility as classes go. Shaman gets Ghost Wolf, something you can just use anytime, indoor, outdoor, wherever. Increases speed by 30%, I think. Alright, and now you can open this thing and get Frasiabi's Cigar Cutter. Why'd that be here instead of Stratholm main gate? Okay, so weird, but alright. Anyway, cool. So yeah, that's that place's tank. Pretty fun when you know the route. See you for the next one.